What if the foods that once sustained our ancestors bursting with flavor and resilience vanish from our lives? In the Middle Ages, farmers nurtured 15 extraordinary superfoods that fed body and soul through brutal winters and sparse springs. These plants, now forgotten, were the heartbeat of medieval tables, each with a story of survival, ingenuity, and connection to the earth. Let's unearth these lost treasures and feel the ache of what we've left behind. First, meet skirret, a root vegetable that was the quiet hero of medieval fields. Unlike today's demanding carrots, skirret asked for little, thriving with almost no care. Planted once, its slender, snow-white roots multiplied beneath the soil like buried promises waiting to be uncovered. Imagine a farmer weary from a long day digging up these sweet roots with a smile, knowing they'd feed his family without fail. Skirret's flavor was its crown, sweeter than carrots, softer than parsnips. It won the hearts of kings. By the 1400s, it graced royal gardens, a vegetable so beloved it was practically nobility itself. In the darkest winters, when frost claimed other crops, skirret endured, a lifeline for the hungry. Old texts call it the comfort of the poor man's table, a beacon of hope when fields lay barren. Medieval cooks wove it into every dish, roasted to caramelized perfection, boiled into hearty stews, or baked into pies that warmed the soul. It was the potato of its era, centuries before potatoes reached Europe. Yet as farming chased bigger, faster crops, skirret slipped away, its gentle sweetness lost to time. Don't you feel the pang of losing something so quietly perfect? While skirret worked its understated magic, Alexander's burst onto the scene with untamed ambition. Brought to Britain by Romans, this plant was less a crop and more a force of nature, spreading like wildfire across medieval gardens. Every part, stems, leaves, flowers, roots, seeds, was edible, a gift that kept giving. Picture a medieval cook grinning as she tossed young shoots into a salad, like celery sprinkled vibrant yellow flowers for color, or ground seeds for a peppery kick. Alexander's flavor, a curious blend of parsley and celery, brought life to bland soups. Its bright blooms drew bees thriving on cliffs and roadsides. Without human help, a rebel with a generous heart. By the 1700s, celery stole its spotlight, and Alexander's faded into the wild, unnoticed by modern eyes. Walk past a coastal path today, and you might see it, a forgotten delicacy waving in the wind. Doesn't it make you wonder what else we've overlooked growing right under our feet? While Alexander's ran wild, good King Henry stood as a dignified staple, its name a mystery that whispers of royalty. This plant grew everywhere, wild in hedgerows, tended in gardens needing no coaxing to thrive. Its leaves, packed with more iron than spinach and brimming with vitamin C, were a lifeline during spring shortages when hunger loomed. Medieval families cherished its versatility: young shoots roasted like asparagus, mature leaves boiled like spinach, flower buds steamed like tiny broccoli. It was a three-in-one marvel, a plant that seemed to say, "I've got you covered." Folk medicine prized it too. Leaves soothed wounds, root tea eased ailments. Known as all good in some villages, it was a quiet savior. Yet as commercial farming favored flashier crops, good King Henry faded, its steadfast presence replaced by less resilient greens. Can you feel the loss of a plant that asked for nothing but gave everything? Then there's salsify, a root so strange it could pass for seafood. Its oyster-like flavor made it a medieval treasure, especially during Lent in the 1400s when monasteries needed fish substitutes. White and black salsify with their long, thin roots hid gourmet delight beneath rough skin. Picture monks savoring a dish that tasted like the sea, a rare treat in their austere lives. Salsify shone in winter, staying fresh in frozen ground, ready to be dug up when needed. Stored in cellars, it lasted months without spoiling, a miracle in a world without refrigeration. Modern farming shuns salsify's slow growth and odd looks, favoring uniformity over flavor. Don't you ache for a taste of that oyster-like magic lost to our obsession with perfection? If salsify was peculiar, meddlers were downright bizarre. These small brown fruits with their open bottoms and 5 exposed seeds were inedible, fresh, hard, and bitter as regret. But medieval gardeners knew their secret meddlers needed to blend a patient process of controlled rotting that turned them soft and sweet like cinnamon-laced applesauce. By the 1200s, cookbooks brimmed with recipes for meddler tarts, jellies, and wines, treats that lit up winter feasts. Imagine waiting weeks for a fruit to ripen, then savoring its hard-won sweetness by candlelight. Medlars ripened in late autumn, one of the last fresh fruits before winter's grip. Their quirky shape earned crude nicknames we'll leave to the imagination, but their value was undeniable. Modern taste craving instant gratification abandoned medlars for prettier, faster fruits. Doesn't their patience deserve a place in our hurried world? Unlike medlar's slow charm, chickweed was the uninvited guest who won everyone over. This delicate plant, with tiny white flowers, sprouted in every crack and corner of medieval Europe. Unstoppable, it produced thousands of seeds, thriving in any soil, any season above freezing. Medieval families didn't plant it, they couldn't stop it. Instead, they harvested its tender leaves, bursting with 7 times the vitamin C of oranges. Imagine a peasant mother gathering chickweed in winter's chill, knowing it would keep her children strong. Nobles too savored it when greens were scarce. Chickweed tea soothed fevers. Its leaves calmed irritated skin. Modern agriculture with its herbicides declared war on this weed, erasing a superfood that once saved lives. Can you feel the injustice of dismissing a plant so generous? Scorsonera, with its unfortunate name, sounds like a medieval ailment, but it was a garden star. Derived from the Italian for venomous snake, it was once thought to cure bites, a myth that gave way to its true value: delicious, nutritious roots. Sweeter than salsify with hints of asparagus and nuts, Scorsonero was a monastery favorite in the 1500s. Stored in sand, it stayed fresh from autumn to summer, a lifeline in lean times. Picture monks unearthing these roots, their mild flavor, a quiet comfort during fasts. Its tea was prescribed for stomach woes, its roots for blood purification. Modern grocery stores with year-round produce made Scorzonero's storage prowess obsolete. Don't you long to taste a root that carried such hope? Welsh onions, neither Welsh nor true onions, were medieval workhorses from East Asia, arriving via trade routes by the 1200s. Perennial and hardy, they returned year after year, their green shoots flavoring soups and salads through mild winters. A single plant could feed a family for a decade, dividing into clumps like a gift that multiplied. Imagine a farmer cutting fresh greens in February, grateful for their stubborn resilience. Modern farming favored larger bulbed onions, leaving these faithful plants behind. Doesn't their loyalty deserve a comeback? Fat henna wild green gate-crashed medieval fields with unmatched nutrition, more protein than cabbage, more iron than spinach. Its seeds and leaves sustained families during famines, while chickens fed on it laid richer eggs. Archaeological pits brim with fat hen seeds, proof of its daily presence. Boiled like spinach or ground into flour, it was a lifeline. Modern farming branded it a pest, spraying it into oblivion. Can you imagine a superfood so vital being dismissed as a nuisance? Lovage, with its celery-like intensity, was a Roman gift that medieval monks cherished. One sprig could flavor a cauldron of soup. Its seeds spiced bread, its roots became candy. Growing 6 feet tall, it lived for decades, surviving harsh winters. Its oils aided digestion, earning it a spot in 13th century monastery records. As new spices flooded Europe, lovage faded. Don't you feel the loss of a flavor so bold it could transform a meal? Corn salad, misnamed for growing among grain fields, offered tender, nutty greens through winter. With 3 times the omega-3s of lettuce, it was a medieval lifesaver. Its mild flavor brightened cold months, but modern lettuces with longer shelf lives pushed it aside. Doesn't its quiet resilience tug at your heart? Tansy, with its fern-like leaves and yellow flowers, was a medieval flavor bomb. Its bitter, spicy notes starred in puddings, cheeses, and ales, doubling as a preservative. Used in teas for worms and fevers, it repelled insects with its scent. Modern palates preferring milder herbs let tansy fade. Can you taste the boldness we've lost? Sea kale, thriving in salty coastal soils, offered sweet shoots and leaves rich in vitamin C, 6 times that of lemons. It prevented scurvy in fishing villages, a quiet hero. Modern agriculture ignored its wild abundance. Don't you ache for a plant so generous? Woad, grown for blue dye, also fed medieval tables with its peppery young leaves. Its smelly dye process led to bans near towns, but its dual role was ingenious. Synthetic dyes ended its reign. Doesn't its cleverness deserve a nod? Finally, turnip greens, as prized as their roots, packed calcium and vitamins. Harvested carefully, they flavored medieval meals year-round. Modern focus on roots alone left these greens forgotten. Don't they deserve a place at our table again? From skirret's quiet sweetness to turnip green's unsung abundance, These 15 plants wove a tapestry of survival and flavor. Their loss feels like a betrayal of the Earth's gifts. Isn't it time we brought them back to taste the resilience of our ancestors?